understand the history and creation of paper, we need to go back in time, a place long, long ago where pharaohs ruled with an iron fist. Papyrus was created around 3000 BC in Egypt during the period of the pharaoh, where a marsh grass called cypress papyrus flourished in the Nile River Valley. Egyptians cut strips from the stem and softened it with water. Papyrus was ideal for writing since they were light and portable. It is papyrus where the word paper originates from, though it isn't entirely the same as today. The paper closely related to the type we use today was created in China during the 2nd century by Kai Lun, who is regarded as the inventor of paper and its process. It is there after Lun's discovery where paper slowly spread west along the Silk Road, and eventually from Asia to Italy, Spain, and the New World, aka America. After its worldwide spread, paper evolved and inspired many other useful devices, such as toilet paper, packaging material, cleaning products, and numerous more. Though paper has been very useful to human civilization, paper has led to widespread deforestation, pollution, and destruction. The pollution resulted from an onslaught of greenhouse gases from giant paper mills, while the demands of paper materials increased lumber production in many areas. The material which wood is comprised of is cellulose, a fiber from trees that contains the non-metal atoms carbon, which is represented by brown, hydrogen with white, and oxygen red. Before the wood paper is affected by this state change, its original form is solid. As the blender mixes the paper, wood, and water, the structure of paper is altered and the physical characteristics changes to a pulp or mush figure. The chemical bonds from the cellulose remains covalent, but it is now physically pulp, solid liquid form, except with water molecules and cellulose molecules together. As the heat evaporates the water molecules into the air through evaporation, the pulp remains behind. Once all of the water molecules have been evaporated, the pulp turns into paper. Pulp is measured in grammage, grams per square meter, by paper industries for length and calipers for thickness. If the paper was successfully created, it has a grayish form unless chemical dyes are added to change the appearance. Paper doesn't really have a chemical formula unless you're referring to it being lit on fire, which results in combustion. So how do you make paper? There are certain materials and steps in order to complete this process. First, you will need old paper, preferably newspaper, water, blender, mesh, picture frame, and a plastic tub to contain the water. First, as you can see from loose, you have to get the newspaper and start ripping it into little chunks. As you continue ripping it, try to keep it separated and smaller so that it is easier to blend in the blender. If the pieces are too large, it will be difficult to make the pulp that can be used for paper. It will be too rough and it will have too many chunks in it to actually produce paper. It will make more like a carton kind of material-ish, so it won't be that writable. So as you continue adding paper, make sure to compress it so that you can continue adding more. And after you add enough paper, start adding water to the top of the blender so that it will be able to create the pulp. Go around halfway or a little bit more if you desire. If you want to make it less pulpish, more waterish, make the paper flatter. After putting the water in, put the top of the blender onto the original blender holder and put the top back on so that the paper and water won't fly out because it will shoot out. After gathering all the paper and water and blending it into pulp, pour the pulp into the mesh and picture screen so that the water falls into the plastic tub below so that the pulp can start forming into paper. Keep on pressing against the pulp so that you can squeeze out the water and speed the process up faster, because if you don't, it will take an extremely long time. And after pushing out a lot of the water and pulp and adding more pulp, keep on pressing on the pulp until it's at a certain form you desire.
Hold on, wait, I'm sniffing your first.
Giovanni being weird.
You're supposed to record her.
Is that sawdust good?
Oh yes.
What it tastes like?
It tastes like wood chips and pizza.
What? Oh, you were recording? You were recording? You stupid. Tell me you were recording. Tell me you.
Lay down so I don't feel so sick. Get lost and dream Los Angeles. Wake up when I found the river. Lay low and walk down lazy streets with a peace sign cut from a magazine. Wake up when I found the river. And I'm listening wherever you are. When I'm on the road, we're driving back past country homes. I'm calling home for you, for you. This is the last time, so darling,